Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Welcome to Emotional Branding by Barkha's Brand Clinic. Good evening, everybody. We are a brand designing company, expertise in logo design. Our company's name is Barkha's Brand Clinic. We have expertise in logo designing. Logos is what we do. These are some of the clients that we cater to. We call ourselves as Brand Clinic. The reason being that we understand the science behind the logos, we understand why a certain color, a certain font impacts on the industry, on the mindset of the consumers. These are some of the recent awards that I received in the last 2 years as Brand Creator, Logo Designer of the Year. 2 of them we have received from Accomodation Times itself by Mr. Hiranandani.
Someone sitting here?
These are 2 of our clients who have publicly said that Mr. Amir Khan has publicly said that she's the best logo designer that I have ever met. These are some of the clients again that just glimpse of them. Okay, now I would like to get into discussing on the story that I just narrated right now. Now I want to ask you all that why do you think कि वो हसीना X जो Z brand आ रहा था market में नया Z building brand, why was she getting impressed by it? What was the reason?
Looks. It was more looks.
Okay.
Appearance.
Appearance, okay. Anybody?
She wasn't happy with why.
Why was she not happy with why?
That's all. Quality.
Quality? Okay. Our husband
Highly good.
Sorry? You said something. Internal?
Another internal issue.
Okay.
I think she is impressed by the facade. I'm just saying. She is impressed by the look, but when she really went inside and then she came to know what the point. Now when she saw Z, then she is impressed with facade, but now she is checking with it what is good about.
I think it's more to do with difference between expectation and reality.
Yeah.
Okay, good one, yeah. Okay, exactly. What happens is in today's world, like, a lot of brands, they overcommit and underperform. So that's what happened with brand Y also. It said a lot of things, it promised a lot of things. Building दिखने में अच्छा था, पर अंदर painting अच्छा नहीं था. Water supply नहीं था, electricity issues थे, etc. So because of which it was not able to satisfy the customer which had bought the flat. And that with new amenities, the brand Z came in with extra amenities, something which she couldn't have dreamt about also. Brand Z came with all those things, and so it was impressing her. And that's what's happening with a lot of brands today. And that is what the topic is of mine today. Today I have chosen to speak on emotional branding. Okay, like I have been dealing with a lot of brands since many years, like developing the brands, brand strategy, logo designing strategy, making a lot of them, So, and also not only the brands that I am catering to, but also multinational. That I noticed one thing very important is that people love their brands. People love the brands that they are buying. But the issue is, brands do not love their people back. Now, this is the topic I want to discuss today, that brands are not loving them back. लोगों को तो है कि मैं I keep on buying Tommy Hilfiger or I keep on buying Gucci, but then somewhere if Gucci or Tommy Hilfiger is not able to deliver what I want over a period of time, then it's going to saturate because my taste and preferences keep changing. If they are going to not match up to that, I want to switch. That's what happens. People want to be loyal, but then somewhere brands want to understand their changing taste and preferences. And that's what is happening in real estate industry a lot. Okay, I want to show that with the clipping that I've made, that a lot of builders, they commit, but they're not able to fulfill those commitments. And that's happening because of maybe some issues which are internal, which are logistics-wise not working out, but let's see on the solution also. The thing is, in today's real estate market, inflation is an issue. Global prices, international brands are coming in, slow growth rate is there, it's an issue again. So, the working, concerns are high interest rate, less investment, unstable economy, irregular cash flow. Of course, these are the issues because of which sometimes builders want to commit, want to fulfill their commitment, but they're not able to reach through it. And because of that, the solution that I think that Lodha or Hiranandani or brands like that might be working on is that only good brands can survive here. Brand value, if you focus on the brand, on connecting with the emotional connection of the consumers, it might work better. If you focus on the exact consumer, understanding who your customers really are. Don't sell home, but sell house. You have to focus on connection with what your people want, and that is what will really help. And I would like to now show it through another slide, where it's not of real estate industry, but out of somebody who is out of real estate. Let's see the picture.
मुझे आपसे कुछ कहना है। जिस काम में मनुष्य की अंतरात्मा उसके साथ ना हो, उस काम को करने से उसे सब कुछ मिल सकता है, मन की शांति नहीं मिल सकती। इसलिए जब कैडबरी वालों ने मुझे कहा कि उनकी बात मैं आप तक पहुंचाऊं, तो 55 सालों से कैडबरी खाने वाला मैं भी थोड़ा सा हिचकिचाया। मैंने उनसे एक सवाल पूछा कि क्या इसके बाद मैं चैन की नींद सो पाऊंगा या नहीं। तो जवाब दे, वो मुझे अपनी फैक्ट्री ले गए और मुझे अपनी इंटरनेशनल टेक्नोलॉजी, अपने कड़े क्वालिटी कंट्रोल्स और डबल प्रोटेक्शन पैकेजिंग दिखाई। आजकल मैं बड़े चैन की नींद सो रहा हूं। अब आपकी फेवरेट कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क नई प्योरिटी सील पैक में।
Did you all remember the time? Yeah, exactly. That was the time it was taken, and if you realize, there was double packaging there shown. Do you think it is only the creativity in the ad that's doing the magic, or just the Amitabh Bachchan brand that is doing the magic? It is actually the exchange of love happening between the consumer and the brand that's really showing it. That if the consumer is loving the brand equally is shown love towards their consumer. It has understood the worries and it has portrayed and positioned itself that way. And you can see the result that today Cadbury is again doing so well. So that's what in real estate also I'm trying to position, that if we understand what your consumer wants and if you position it that way, it's really going to do its magic really well. Now I would like to take emotional branding and my logos that I have designed in the industry, within various industries more than real estate. R. Madhavan is one of our clients, and if you see, I've designed his logo here. This is his logo. It's called a signature-based logo. Now he is a very spiritual person. He came to us to design his logo, and he said he wanted something which is international standard and something that matches. He can take to Cannes, etc. So we studied him, his personality, what is his emotional code with his consumers, which is fan, and we sat with his wife, with his secretary, and what we understood that he goes to temples a lot, and that's what we connected. That's what people of his fan club really like about him. That he's going too much. He's a very religious person in South. So that's what we've shown that South Indian tilak up there with the red color, which is his energy and enthusiasm, that the personality that he has, and we have mellowed it down with the grey color of Madhavan in that. Now I'll show you one of the real estate logo that we have done. As we know that you all are going to, a lot of people here are going to start their own businesses. Okay, and these are two examples I've taken of real estate industry. Of course, we have done work for Lodha, we've done work for Hiranandani, Kalpataru, Raheja. All of these are our clients. We do all their brand designing work. I'm taking two examples of two brands which are not too famous, but it will help me in explaining you that how a small brand also can develop so nicely in there through branding. Now this is a project logo. It's a township in Talegaon. Now if you see the name there, SEAFA, it's basically Sky, Earth, Air, Fire, Aqua. That's the name we developed for that project, because they had five wings in their whole township area. So that's how we tried to position it like that. If you see the logo in there, it's 5 strokes basically, taken of the color of the 5 elements of life. Okay, if you see the tagline again, elements of life brought to life. So that's the way we position them. If you see, this is the mascot we used in their each area, township in 5 phases. Sorry, the phase is the word. 5 phases is what I have divided the whole concept into. Now this is a mascot. In each phase I have put different same mascot with different coding, etc. So that worked. Now this is a teaser campaign ad that we started for them in Pune and in Lonavala, which really worked very well. What we did is we did it phase wise, 5 colors of the 5 elements of life into 5 phases of the project. So there is no building shown here, there is no project name shown here, there is no logo shown here. It is just shown that it's fire, or it's aqua, or it's air. The 5 elements, sky, and we are connecting as enormous, you are as enormous, your thoughts are as enormous as the sky, the symbol of growth, inspiration of life. That's the connection we try to show in the logo and in the project. And then we released the ad, which was this. So it helps connect. What I'm trying to say is that if we design the ads and the logos and all brand collateral, which is more so of understanding the mindset of the consumer, it will help selling it more. It will help in increasing your sales. It will help in developing your brand. Now this again is a brand called Richmond. It is from London, and they came to us to design their logo, and they wanted to prominently show buildings in their brand because they had skyscrapers in their building, in the main core business. So we subtly showed buildings in the logo itself. We showed the color red. Now this is like, in real estate industry, it's interesting that we usually don't prefer to use the color red as a, because in India specifically, red is the color of danger. You don't it's a color of stop, so you don't use it in real estate because it does not allow your consumers to get confident about you. So, but being in London, what the consumers out there have is a perception about the color red is it has power, it has luxury, the king out there is. So that's why we use the color, and it's working wonders. If the same color I would have used in India, it would have probably not worked. These are some of the stationery designs that we position it in such a way that it can attract their consumers. This is again a brochure ad for them. We are not showing any building specifically in the ads today, because the connection is more so emotional, not product based. These again are some of the logos that we have done in real estate industry. These are other industry logos that we have done, just a few. Now I want to discuss that from where did emotional transition begin in this business? If you realize, initially there was barter system happening, exchange of good used to happen against good, and people used to exchange their cattle against the good that they used to sell. And the cattle, to differentiate those cattle, people used to have a red mark or blue mark or round mark on their cattle to differentiate it from other cattle. And people used to identify with that mark and buy the good cattle which they thought it was. So that, of course, logo has started since barter system time. But what's interesting is, where did this emotional branding that today many brands are doing, where does that emerge from? If you realize, in between, globalization has started hugely, wherein international brands started coming in, so standardization in products, quality standards started happening, and we started buying goods knowing that quality to control hey, quality acha hoga hai. While you buy a watch, for example, you see a Longines, or you buy a Movado, you buy a Rolex, you know that there is quality. Nobody's going to ask that, battery barabar chal raha hai ki nahi uska, because it's default. There is already quality control done, so you don't need to ask all that. But you associate with the tagline or the attitude with the brand is positioning itself with, and that's what is happening even in real estate industry nowadays a lot. Now if you see, this is Kalpataru ad. Okay, this is 10-year back ad, and this is a new ad. Can you tell me what's the difference if you're real?
There's no building color.
There is an emotional connect. Yes.
Okay. Is that the color, right? Anything else that you realize is some plastic change happening?
No product. No building. There's no product.
No building, exactly. There is no building shown in the new ad that is there now. Before, the focus area was product. Focus area was selling ads. That's basically a selling ad. But if you see the new ad, building nahi dikha raha hai. Unko quality nahi dikha raha hai. What it's showing is the emotional connection. The mother is enjoying with the child out there in the greenery, in the open space. They are not showing any house. वो घर पे बैठे भी नहीं है वो लोग. What's it's showing that you go beyond the 4 walls of the house and explore yourself. There are a lot of amenities we provide. Of course, they are mentioning it very subtly what they are providing, but focus is on the emotional connection of the consumers. And that's what today's ad campaign brands are doing these days, that they're connecting with the emotional core more than just the quality. Even Rustam ji, if you see, that's the Muslim, they wanted to position it for the Muslim crowd, the target audience, and so it had shown the green color and the way that Eid mein the chand will look better in our building, that way they're positioning. Look at the tagline here, be a child. Life shouldn't be lived in in square feet. It's telling them to look beyond, to connect to what your emotions want more than just the basic amenities that we can provide. In real estate industry especially, I think Naam Kafi Hai really works. When a person says that you're living in Lodha, you're living in Hiranandani, you're living in Kalpataru, you don't need to say anything more. You know that this person has some status. You know what quality of person those people are, because the attitude of Lodha or the attitude of Rahija matches with the person who buys there, the flats there. So that connection is what people are positioning. आपके attitude के साथ मेरा attitude join करके we are trying to show that this is the person that you are. The identity is being created. So according to me, it's all about feelings, and these are some of the nutshell points that I have tried to cover in that if we work on like this, the brands can work really better. Here I would like to share 2 examples. One is of Starbucks, that people buy, when Starbucks started in Bombay, from Borivali and Mira Road, people are going for a glass of cup coffee to have in towns at just 150 rupees coffee. And there is nothing, it's just a coffee. Maybe I make a better coffee than them, but then still people go there to have, my brother also. So it's about the positioning that Starbucks has, the association, the emotional connection that Starbucks has with their consumers, which it's trying to reflect. The tagline of Starbucks is, you and Starbucks is much more than coffee. That's the positioning line, that's what they are positioning it as. Here I would like to share a small example that it had recently come in newspaper that a boy was studying and he wanted to have a Starbucks coffee, and he was बहुत जिद कर रहा था कि मुझे वो कॉफ़ी चाहिए ही उसकी मॉम से. And she said, okay, you study, I'll go and order the coffee. And she had one, अगले ही दिन उसने Starbucks के कप में पिया था coffee. She made the coffee and she put it in Starbucks cup and she gave it to him. He didn't even realize that it is his mother who has made the coffee, but he just had it because he enjoyed it, that wow, I'm having a Starbucks coffee. So that's what the thing is. You just have to connect. The product become a background, but the association with the attitude of the product is what matters, and that's the connection that they have there. Even recently there was Coffee with Karan happening on Star World, and then in that Amir Khan had come there, and Karan Johar asked Amir Khan that you always say that I don't care about the 100 crore thing, and why all your movies are 100 crore thing. Why do you say that? So Amir Khan said, "Sahi, really, Karan, I really mean it. I don't care about the 100 crore bracket. All I'm interested is the emotional connection, that emotional feeling that I can create with my consumers." And he said, he asked Karan Johar that why don't you just tell me 2-3 movies you know since last 50 years. And he said 2 movies. And Amir Khan asked him, okay, can you tell me how much turnover did that company make? So Karan Johar said, वो मुझे याद थोड़ी होगा, वो movie अच्छा था, so I enjoyed it. So Amir Khan said, that's exactly what I mean to say, that people don't care which movie did 100 crore, but people care about the emotional connection, the feeling that they felt while seeing the movies. They're going to remember for lifelong. So even in your case, if the company that you all will start, or the existing company that you all have, if you all can modify the positioning of it into a way which can connect with your consumers, it's going to be a better brand, and it's going to develop a better sales revenue too. These are 5 checklist points that I have tried to develop, which can help if you all can score your brands from 1 to 10 in these 5 points. It can help improvise the brand that you all have, and in the future also new brands if you are developing. Is your visual identity up to date? By which I mean is, when last did you change your stationery design, or when last did you modify your logo? When last did you do your brochure design? Website को कब आपने last थोड़ा बहुत modify किया? These are the touch points which can connect very marvelously with your target audience. So if Godrej changed from its Godrej from old logo to new logo, it had internally some changes happening because of which they reflected, and that makes their consumers feel special about it. If you know, Videocon changed their logo to green color. It is not just for the sake of changing it to green. They have a concept of go green internally, and which they wanted to reflect to their people that we care for the society, we care for you, and that is why they are going go green. And they reflected in their logo too. Is your company keeping pace with the market? When did you all buy upgraded latest technological, maybe computers, maybe the cement that you all use for the buildings? When was the last that you did it, Technically, when did you develop it? This will really technically help you to speed up the work for your consumers, which will again make them feel better for you. Is your company is your customer base aging? Now this is a very common ratio, that 80-20 rule that we have, wherein 80% should be the old customers, existing customers. The business should be generated from the 80% customers that you have, and 20% should be the new customers that come in. So, is your company having only old customers who are giving you repeat business and no new customer is coming in? Or is it that only new customer is coming in and there is no repeat business happening from the old existing customers? Even that is like alarming, because that means that if it's just old customers giving, means you're not developing, no technical development is happening. And if it is only new customers, that means that you have forgotten the roots and the basis through which consumers were connecting to you. Is your positioning losing relevance? Hiranandani recently changed their tagline, scale up your expectations. That's the tagline they have. So it's an emotionally connecting tagline. It is not product-based tagline, or it's not sales tagline. It's basically telling them to increase the expectation from them because they'll be able to match it up. So when last did you change your tagline? Because if you know Coca-Cola, since the company has started, 10 times they have changed their taglines. It is because each time they want to tell the people there is something new happening in the company, something we have done new for you, and that they're trying to say through their tagline. So it really helps them to position it and helps people to know that Coca-Cola is continuously working for us. So that again it helps. Are your touch points aligned with the market? Are you still having pamphlet ad or some small kind of ad which is not even relevant now in today's market, or have you gone on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. to connect to your target audience? If you have gone on Facebook, how well are you using it? It's just not about being there on Facebook, but also utilizing it in the best way possible, to be interactive to your consumers, which will really help them to tell you what they want, and then you can modify accordingly. So these are score points. If you do it, it will be really show a difference in your brand. This is a small. Did you know that according to a new report from the Hardware Business Review, logo can increase the sales by 36.66% if you have a good logo. Logo has that power. Logo has that impact. The red color makes you hungry. Red releases endorphins in your system that stimulate the appetite. Many multinational food giants thus are using color red in their, that's not suitable for builder because the perception for builder is different, but the same red color if I use in a food company, it's going to work wonders because it will increase their sales. Did you know many successful brands are using golden ratio formula in their logos? Now this is a very different concept, which is many multinational companies like Apple, Mercedes, Pepsi, all of them have made their logo in golden ratio. Golden ratio is a theory which is like law of universe connection. People say that if you make your logo by 1.6 ratio, in that ratio if you develop your logo, it is bound to be successful in every which way. That's the law of nature that says that if you make your logo in that ratio.
What is that?
Could you repeat that?
Golden ratio is something, if you know Mona Lisa paintings, all paintings are made in 1:1.6 ratio, that is a golden ratio. So, that is...
Height to...
Sorry?
What is this ratio? Height to width or what?
1:1.6. If you Google it, Google golden ratio, you will get a very detailed, beautiful article on that.
Something like the Fibonacci number?
Yes, basically, it is a, yes.
Fibonacci number?
Yes. So if many logos today are many of our clients are doing that. They're asking us to develop their logos in golden ratio only because it's a theory which is working wonders. Even Angelina Jolie's face, people say, is by 1:1.6 ratio, and that is why she's successful in everything. Did you know the color blue logos are the highest used in the world? Color blue signifies trust and reliability. The color of the sky is blue. We look up to God in the sky with faith and hope. Thus it is subconsciously related to reliability and trust. That's the magic of color blue if you use it rightly. Finally, love is what it is I believe. We need to remind ourselves that we all are in the business of buying and selling good feelings. The thumb rule is win their hearts. A marketer should always remember heart share. Heart share is equally important as market share. My final brand tip to you. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never ever forget what you made them feel. So build emotionally. Be the reason behind someone's smile. Thank you very much. Thank you, Accommodation Times. Thank you, Ajay Chaturvedi.